So we're going to be doing a programming activity today. And we're going to breadboard a couple of real simple circuits and do some real simple digital I/O. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to hook up an LED to the one of our output pins, and we're going to control that. We're going to write a simple sketch that basically blinks it on and off for 5 seconds. And then the next thing that we're going to do is, so everyone should have a kit with little various electronic parts. You should have a couple of little switches in there and resistors. That's what you want to use for this. And the second circuit we're going to build is basically we're going to build a input with a toggle switch. And what we want to do is we want to read the value of that toggle switch at this particular input pin. And then first we want to just read that and output it to the serial monitor. And then we want to use that to control we want to combine it with the first thing that we did where we turn the LED on and off, depending on the value of this switch. And then finally, we're going to build a circuit with a push button switch. And what you want it to do is basically toggle the LED either on and off every time you hit that switch. So real quick, let me show you. Okay, so you can see here, I've got my Arduino over here, and it's connected to my PC via the USB port. I've connected some pins to my breadboard here. So most importantly, I've brought my 5-volt pin over to this top rail, so that entire row is connected to 5 volts. So now if I need 5 volts on my board for whatever reason, I can connect there. I've done the same thing with the ground pin over there. And then, so my first circuit here is from pin 13 through this wire to this resistor to the LED. And if I pull up the simplest sketch, you can see this is, I'm not going to run you through this. You guys should try and figure this out. But if I upload this sketch to the Arduino, and if I switch back to the camera, you should be able, yeah, so you can see that on the camera that the LED is on, the LED is off. And the LED is on, and then 5 seconds go by and the LED is off. So that program is pretty simple. Hopefully you guys can figure that out based on the information we covered in the lecture. So now, if I go to the next circuit, so you can see this right here is my toggle switch. So this actually has 3 pins going on. So I've connected my 3 pins in 3 different rows. So one of those is connected to my input pin, and the other one is connected to ground. So that's how I get the circuit as shown right here. So this is one of my pins, say the left pin of the toggle switch, and this is the center pin of the toggle switch. So if I go go back to the camera, you can see right now the LED is off. I've flipped the switch, it turns on and it stays on. And if I was to pull up the serial monitor right now, so you can see right now it's outputting high, the LED is on. If I flip the switch, it switches to low, LED is off. So that's what you want your second program to do. And then finally, we want, and this is the most complicated one, but not too tricky. I want to have a program that will basically toggle the LED every time I hit a button. So right now you can see that it's on. So if I depress this push button switch, it turns off and it stays off. So, and one thing that I will say that may help you figure out how to do this is if you look at my serial monitor output, I'm actually outputting the number of times the button is pressed. And if you see, when it's odd, it's off, the LED is off, and when the LED is on, it's an even value. So one thing to be aware of also, what you're looking for here is basically that value to change either from low to high or high to low, because that's what happens with this push button switch. And the other comment I'll say is about this particular push button. The way that it works is when I have the button pressed, it either connects the middle pin to one of the other sides. It doesn't connect the two rows of three to each other or disconnect them. What it does is it swaps the middle pin being connected to this one or this one. And also, if you have this particular switch, which I believe is the same one that got sent out to you guys, is it locks down when you press it, and you have to press it again to release it. But that's it for today. So everyone should basically work on trying to get all three of these little mini programs working today.